to another edition of Patch Notes, a special edition of Patch Notes, where we're going to be interviewing the Bronx Science High School esports team.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I am the vice president of the esports team, and I am a sophomore rising junior.
Hi, my name is Andrew Lee. I am the president of the esports club in my school, and I am a graduating senior.
My name is Desiree Joy Frias. I'm one of the hosts of Radio Free South Bronx, and I'm also a Bronx Science alumni and a former League of Legends player.
Oh, how exciting.
So that's why I'm here today.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's great to have you here.
Keeping myself relevant.
Yeah, always.
What rank?
So, just give me your origin story. First of all, let's just start at the beginning.
Well, the club was started before I came to school, so Andrew can answer that one.
So I decided to create this club in sophomore year because when I was younger, I used to play a lot of video games. And then when I saw that, oh my god, you could make a goddamn career out of this, and then you could make money, and I was like, whoa! And I was like, maybe I want to do that when I was younger. And then when I got to sophomore year, I was like, I'm not good enough at any game to do this. So let's give the opportunity to other kids, which is why I first started. At the very beginning, it was really small. There were 11 people, and most of the time we played Smash.
I love how for a New York City high school, that's considered a small club. But that's the goal at some other schools.
Yeah, but New York City is New York City. We got 2 million people here? So.
Yeah.
But I came into this thing. I actually came, I think, mid-year, was it? I used to be going to other clubs, and I noticed esports club. I'm like, wow, esports club, what is this? And I looked into it. I'm like, wow, this is actually cool because I myself usually play other games. Before I started playing Overwatch, I used to play a lot of TF2. Put in 500 hours onto it and stuff like that. Too much TF2. All right.
500 hours? That's
Yeah. And this is just during my school days. But yeah, I just got in and I wanted to see this is a cool club. Maybe I can help improve it.
So when I was at Bronx Science in 2007, 8, and 9, there was actually a gaming club called DDR Club.
Oh.
So we actually used to have club consoles. We had an Xbox 360 and a PS3, which was top of the line back then. And we used to have DDR tournaments. We used to have Guitar Hero tournaments. It was a really popular club. We used to meet in the cafeteria after school on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So I guess that club dissolved, which makes me so sad. Especially because I was the president.
Really?
I beat Andrew. I think his last name was Kang. I forgot. This was high school. I beat Andrew at DDR, and that's how I became the president of the club.
So anyone can be I can challenge you to a dance-off, and whoever wins.
Why does it sound like an anime?
Anything sounds like an anime if you put enough effort into it.
There was a lot of inter-club dating and a lot of drama.
Oh
with
yeah,
all of our friends. So
that sounds like Model
it really was.
That sounds like my experience in Model UN, but this is not my interview. But,
no, I can relate.
But I just want to relate real quick, actually. So at Hofstra we have an esports club also. I was telling Kevin about this before we got in here that we're relatively small, but we play Smash. That's how we started. That's how I got into it. So it's a good way to get someone in.
It's a fun game.
It's a door. It's a door. And then you guys expanded to Overwatch and League.
Yeah.
Just because people were more interested in it.
Yeah, and also we have future plans on expanding into Fortnite because the fact is just love it or hate it, the scene in Fortnite is actually growing at an exponential rate. Something that I haven't seen since let's say League or Overwatch.
And do you think Fortnite's newly found fame is sustainable?
Hopefully, but I want to stay open. Although I see hope in Fortnite, this is not yet the time. It's too early to tell because, this could be a trend, this could be an ongoing trend, or this could actually be a thing that can stay. It's too early to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about this with Kevin also, how you guys aren't really an interscholastic sports team. You don't really go to other schools like that.
Yeah,
definitely.
We definitely do want to go into other schools.
One of our goals.
Yeah.
Right now We were talking about HSCL.
HSCL.
Yeah, but like just the cost of it was a bit too much.
And what was that?
High School Esports League. Basically, it's an organization that goes across high schools. Like basically, high schools around the United States can sign up and basically play in tournaments against other high schoolers. And it was a really interesting concept. And we got into it for a few. For Overwatch, I think we got into the semifinals before, like we kind of.
Pretty lucky. Like Sean's
Can you cut that part out?
It was all skill and talent.
It was mostly skill and talent. We had some really good players. We got like
Yeah,
high
I mean,
plats,
you
diamonds,
got
grandmasters.
some
Good answers. That's the press answer.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest though, the problem with HSCL is more like, it's not even really the money because we subsidize these kids, we pay for them to enter, but it's more the dedication and the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
like-
The problem with being in such a academic school is that everyone obviously looks more at academics. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like a lot of the kids who enter the school don't be like, oh my god, I want to be an esports person,
Yeah.
or I want to do something in gaming. Most of the time when they do think of something in gaming,
It's mostly just like
it's
programming.
mostly just programming, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely an option that I also
Nothing
want
wrong
to
with
help.
that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
obviously.
It's definitely an option that I want to help these kids with, but I also want to show them because, especially in our league team that's been shown, there's a lot of talent in this school, and there's a lot of kids who do have this dream that I want to be a esports.
And we want to cultivate that.
I want to be we want to cultivate that. I want to, like, those kids who want to be esports players or even commentators, or they just want to get into different parts of the scene. We want to give them that opportunity, give them that chance. But like I said, it's very hard because dedication takes a lot of work. and
You'd be surprised how many good
Yeah.
players there are in the school. I know some people in the school who are like top 500 for Overwatch, and like
Yeah.
some people are diamond. We have actually got some diamonds in
We
our
have some
team.
diamonds,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
very.
And then
You'd be surprised.
For
Like
league, we also have this one kid who.
I'll bet like the next kid, one of the kids in our school is like going to be like the next Faker because just that's how.
I mean, he's good. But
Okay,
like,
we got good players,
Yeah,
alright?
we got some-
I see
yeah,
one of
I
them being the
agree.
next Faker.
we
Okay.
do have some very good players, but HSCL is like also on a whole nother level because all
Yeah.
those kids who are in there, especially for league,
Yeah.
are like challengers.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And the low tier is like Diamond 1s, Diamond 2s.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Such a-
our-
Such a cutthroat thing.
yeah.
but
If you
like-
want to be challenger, you have to practice a lot.
Yeah, and that's like.
It's very-
So, maybe not all of our listeners have played League, so I don't know how they got away with that. But,
I can tell you how
talk
I
a
got
little
away
bit.
with that.
just know they're really, really high ranks.
Yeah. But talk a little bit about what kind of game it is. What does the game look like?
It's a multiplayer online battle arena game.
It's a
and
MOBA.
yeah,
Just say MOBA.
No. You
No,
can
no,
really
That's
spell
what
it
I
out.
mean.
multiplayer.
Some people don't
Okay,
know what
let's
it
see.
means.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer online battle arena game, and it basically revolves around 5 heroes. I think would be the right way. Five summoners would be like for each team, and the objective is to destroy like. Yeah, the objective is to like destroy the other person's core, and by doing this, there's like 3 lanes, also like a jungle, and you just need to take out the turrets, things such as that. Objectives. There are other things such as like killing certain things in order to get a buff or something within those lines.
Yeah, one of the ways I really explain it to is it's almost like a game of tug of war.
Basically, yeah.
So you have 5 people on each side, and these are 5 real human players on
Yes.
each side. And they can be from all over the world if you're playing online games.
Mhm.
And you and your 4 teammates are responsible for basically pushing the tide of minions closer to the objective on the other
Yeah.
side.
Which is
I think that is like the best way of saying it.
How important is communication when you're playing a game like League or Dota, whatever, Overwatch?
Communication is key.
very important.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's just like any other sport with more than one person.
Mhm.
You need to be able to communicate because if let's say for example your jungler starts or like let's say one of the champions, right, keeps dying, keeps giving the other enemy team gold, right? That could end up snowballing to their advantage.
Yes.
You could end up winning. Just much like in basketball, if you have one or like I don't know if any but like it's just much like basketball or like any other sport. If one person is not performing, it could essentially
Yeah.
ruin the entire.
Yeah, somebody pulls a J.R. Smith. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
And also, like, if one person just ends up just being a silent player, doesn't say anything, you got like basically one less player you can communicate to. Like, let's say they see like 3 or 4 people coming their way or something like that, they can't communicate it to them, and all of a sudden you get a surprise attack from another place. Like, that's basically like communication is key, basically. It tells you can tell where the enemy is, how much like health you have, like if you're going back or not. Just basically keeps everyone prepared.
And you being
synergized.
a pro league player, I'm pretty sure you know
I was
how.
not a pro league
I mean,
player. Don't no.
I mean, you being a league player.
I used to
though.
play league
You
in
can't-
my house.
You
with
can't see the air quotes because it's radio, but
Our team was gold 3.
Gold
So we
four.
were
Okay.
trash.
I mean, that's not.
We weren't
bad. We were
trash.
trash.
It wasn't. It can't be that. Yeah, like
That's not bad.
it's not bad. It just and also.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Everyone starts off somewhere.
But
Like the
regardless-
best advice you can give anyone is basically like even if you think you're trash, like it's okay because like usually the best place to start is probably rock bottom because like the only way you can go is up basically. You know, you can improve yourself. There's always the room for improvement.
And tell me more about your teammates. So I went to Bronx Science back then, and we were from all over the city, and you know we all looked different. Does your team really look that way too?
I mean,
In terms of diversity, mix of boys and girls.
I mean, there's like some girl players.
There's
on the
like.
team. There's a girl player. Right?
I'm going to be 100% honest here.
okay.
Should I be honest? I'm not sure if I should be honest. Should I be
Yeah.
honest?
honest,
We should-
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, it's the sausage fest. It's true. It's true. Okay.
That is one way to say that.
It's one way to say it, but it's the most accurate way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, like
I'm not sure.
it's like
you might
but
want
like-
to cut that out. That's all boys.
but it's all boys. It's all
Well, okay,
boys.
there's 2 girls on our team.
There's
and
2
that's
girls
it.
on our-
She's
Out of how many teammates?
out of like 20 teammates.
20 teammates, so like
Which
a
is
1 to 10 ratio.
That's
Which is,
that's
not bad.
That's
Not-
better than some tech companies.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
but like what I hope to do like once Andrew leaves and like is just like to improve the space so that it would be more better for like women to come in because you know it's just not a boys thing. Like I don't get like what people think is a boy thing.
Why do you think that
I don't know, it's just
women don't play video games?
Maybe it's because of the stigma that like just esports is dominated by males and for males only. That's not really the case. We've seen some really good players. Like we see like I don't know if you've heard of Gegudi from Overwatch.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I actually don't know why. Because esports is the one scene in which I feel as though, like
It's an equal playing
it's an equal
field.
playing field.
Yeah.
Because it's the mechanics of the game that have to change.
All right, so as a girl gamer, I'll give one of my perspectives.
Yeah, sure.
So as a kid growing up, my brother had a PlayStation 1,
Uh-huh.
and I was only allowed like Barbies and stuffed animals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to touch his PlayStation, but I did it anyways.
Oh.
So and my mom's very progressive, very feminist, but we grow up in a very gendered society,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, gaming is such a good segue into the STEM field, such a good segue into engineering and mechanics and all of that. And it really helps you think critically. It builds your team building skills like any sport would. So it's sad that we don't encourage our girls to play video games because, like you said, it's an equal playing field. It's you, your brain, your keyboard, and your mouse.
And there's nothing else
There's
to
nothing
it.
else to
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
There's this one. I mean, I follow the StarCraft 2 scene
Obviously.
because I'm
Korean.
an old.
Korean.
Wow. Okay.
Let's not beat around the bush here.
Whoa.
They're Koreans, all right?
That's kind of.
You literally told me
stereotyping right now.
outside. Like
It's
StarCraft
mostly
2.
because he's Korean.
I did say Korean. Full disclosure that South Korea's national sport is StarCraft 2.
It is StarCraft 2. No, you're right. It is
It's
StarCraft.
not soccer. I mean,
It's not soccer.
It's like, yeah.
No, it's not StarCraft.
how many million players in South Korea for StarCraft 2?
For StarCraft 2, there's like 2 million players.
Yeah.
It's insane. The
Yep.
pro field is insane too.
Oh,
especially
yes.
if you see it. I mean, for example, I think one of the, I mean, to be fair, the reason why I follow StarCraft was because my family, we didn't have a lot of money, so the only thing I could play was StarCraft. I mean, I was trash at it regardless, no matter how often I played, but I kept playing StarCraft, right? And then my brother kept playing StarCraft, and his friends kept playing StarCraft, because that's the only thing you could play in school computers.
and I played all the free stuff as well.
Exactly,
Right? I played
yeah.
RuneScape, Neopets.
Oh my gosh, I love
RuneScape. RuneScape.
RuneScape. That's what we're gonna talk about. That's what we should talk about. I think. Anyway,
No,
so-
and this was when the internet
Yeah.
was first becoming
Yeah.
a thing, and these free games connected me to people all over the country.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So that's
happening
part of it.
again. Fortnite.
Oh, yeah, it is happening.
I mean, it's
It's
happening
happening
again.
You
but
have
like-
random people on the street play Fortnite. You talk
Oh,
to them,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Pokemon Go.
And that's the
Yeah.
other thing about League also.
Yeah.
So League is also a free game.
Yeah.
As long as your computer can handle the speed
Yeah.
and your Wi-Fi can
That's
handle
why it's something.
Your
Oh,
Wi-Fi's
yeah.
good, yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think maybe we should go back to the question.
Yeah. let's-
No, but that's
No,
my personal
yeah.
opinion why I think that girls are not
Oh no,
as encouraged.
Yeah.
I agree with. I definitely agree
Definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Definitely agree.
We should totally encourage that. Like, it's definitely crucial that we should have like some sort of like diversity because like like it's anyone's game. Like anyone can pick up a copy of Overwatch and play it. Like I know some people that are really good and are females. Like it's not just like a male thing. It's not just a male thing. Anyone can join. Anyone can play.
Yeah,
There's nothing
and
wrong
like
with that.
it's proven because in like StarCraft there's this new rising female player.
Yeah.
And she is good. She is pretty good. I mean, obviously, and I feel as though, for example, she's just a proof that if you just can encourage them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's equal playing. Like
Yeah.
it's an equal
Yeah.
playing field. Anyone can do it. You know what I'm saying? And esports has so much more potential to be able to begin breaking that barriers and get even more people into the scene.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
feel as though it's one of the things that's holding it back,
Yeah.
some of these games back.
Yeah, were you ever thinking about like in the club, in the grand scope of the club, having like workshops talking about like teaching people how to play the game, maybe
It's considered.
having people practice commentating if they want to go down that route. And I don't know if you have student commentators at your tournaments.
Actually, we did.
Yeah, but
but like we realized very quickly when like we had our first tournament with casters that were like students that League of Legends tournaments, League of Legends games are extremely long, and it really takes a lot from them, and like just the effort. Like casting is such an underrated part of esports.
Yeah.
They're the people that make it interesting, like
to watch.
interesting to watch because
Yeah.
like something I want to hear some commentary with it, like whether it be Golden Boy or Monte Cristo. I want to hear something.
Don't bring up Golden Boy.
Yo, Golden Boy,
But
hit us up.
same as watching a let's play. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch a let's play, I don't want to just watch the footage. I want to
Yeah,
hear the person's
commentate
personality.
because they
like
bring
Mark
personalities.
Flair.
Yeah. And it's just like, and also the amount of like time they have to put into it. Like, just like imagine having to commentate for like 3 hours, like just straight, straight 3 hours. Like I know, your voice will basically burst by the time it's done.
I mean, most sports commentators don't even commentate for that long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
commentate for like an hour.
At hour at most, like it may be like a Super
And they
Bowl or
have
something.
breaks.
Well, unless it's hockey. Hockey, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how like Doc Emmerich can call everything as it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
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 Or like in soccer, like those people who will like just like hype things up all the time, like they yell goal.
It was
Yeah.
funny. I took a radio class when I was in high school,
Mhm.
and we were talking about sportscasting. And my teacher was like, "Here, I'm going to put a game on screen for you, and I want you to take turns commentating it." So he put on like a baseball game, a football game, and a hockey game. And everyone, when hockey came on, everyone just like stumbled. They're like, "What? Went over here, and then went over here." He shot it. Did it go in? I don't know.
yeah. But yeah, like casting is such an
Free fluid is
Yeah.
very difficult. In League, it's no
Oh,
exception
it's
because
like-
you need to be able to focus the camera on parts of the game that you would consider the most important.
Yeah.
Because you're not. It's not like it's kind of difficult because I feel it's more difficult than anything like certain other games because
Mhm.
it's not like in League you don't have like a blown up map. You know what I'm saying? You're not showing people like a blown up map of people like overhead and you're seeing
Yeah.
everyone like play. When you see a lot of commentating, you see a lot of game footage and stuff, right? A lot of people who commentate have to commentate in a certain section. They have to move quickly in between.
Yeah.
And it's something that we definitely would like to teach these kids,
Mhm.
but once again, dedication is a very big problem because.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's not that we have plenty of tournaments where we could expose them to stuff, but and also what the sign he made, a lot of kids don't want to do it
without like no
getting
money.
paid.
Like I mean, I don't blame them. Like, but yeah, we do really.
We didn't get paid for anything.
I know. I don't know. Kids
No. Hey, you're
You
one yourself.
children. And let me pivot on that too for a minute.
Yeah.
So my mom did not understand our obsession with video games.
Oh.
So what do your parents think about?
My parents think of it. It's like basically like they're a bit judgmental about it.
Do they understand the game?
They don't really. They know as much as your parents would or your parents would, like, which means little to nothing at all. So like But they do sort of trust me where I'm going because they know that I have a good amount of knowledge in this field, and
as long as you bring the grades home, they
as long as I bring home the groceries, like I'm good.
Always.
the grades.
Yeah, the greens and
That's
the
what you
grades,
need.
basically
The almighty dollar.
the almighty dollar. But yeah, like as long as I bring those two things, they're perfectly fine with me.
Do you still have to take Regents?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. So it's the same thing as kind of with him. Yeah, my parents, they do not respect my decision at all. They do not like me doing this at all. And when I first started this club, what they wanted me to do is they wanted me to graduate and let it die. Because I shouldn't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? They are baffled by how much work and time and effort I put into this. To be fair though, you also have to think about perspective that they're very frustrated with me because like
Yeah.
I'm a kind of lazy kid, so they're frustrated with me because like I go to school, right, and the grades I bring home aren't what they want because just to give you a little bit of backstory, my brother graduated from valedictorian from his school, my sister went to Yale, my older sister ended up going to Oxford. So they're a very academic family. They do not understand games. They understand me playing them for fun, right? But they don't understand it as in a career or something that I want
Yeah.
to do.
So even with all of this pushback from your family, which I know can be really alienating, what brings you back? What keeps you playing?
What keeps me playing? What keeps me playing and keeps me like from even being here in this interview right now instead of just blowing it off is that one, games are just fun. They're just fun, and I've connected with so many other people from across the world.
Yeah.
Like my RuneScape list was full of friends that I haven't even met in real life, but I still talk to them, and it's that sense of community that makes me happy to be in it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like me being a weeb. It's fun. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. You have a community. You have a group of friends who understand or just don't judge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you find people from around the world, and then when you convert someone, feeling.
Blissful.
And those really are lasting friendships, and they will continue. I mean, what they don't understand is that just because we're doing a different activity than they did, you know, we're still building the same quality relationships. We're still spending hours with other people.
It's just meet up
Yeah.
people from face to face, and that's it.
And
Yeah.
also
Could
like
be or it could be face to face now, especially with FaceTime, Skype,
FaceTime, stuff like that. And also just like I think the bigger context is just like how parents and people just view esports in general, because like by the looks of it, like I've seen things where people just like laugh off like esports as like a thing, just like, oh, it's gonna be a trend, let's let it die, you know, something like, you know. But you have to admit, like this thing is growing very large, and like people underestimate how large this is growing. It's also like it only started becoming a thing in like 2002, and now look where we are right now. We even have more viewers than the NHL.
Man,
The NHL, yes,
NBA.
and
That's
the
sad.
NBA. Yeah, then again, when you
Oh,
have like the
oh,
four
oh,
state
why?
finals in a row, people start
Yeah.
people stop watching. All right, when you have the same 4 finals in the row, people stop watching.
It's true.
And also, I feel like the barrier to entry is a little bit lower for esports. Like we said,
Yeah.
anyone with an internet connection
But
and
yeah,
a
but
computer
like-
can play League of Legends.
Yeah, but that's like-
basketball. You need
you
to
know,
like
just a-
You need to
find
actually-
people.
No,
You
like
need athletic
if basketball,
ability.
like yeah, I mean, yeah,
You need to
find
be
people,
tall. Like I can't play
but-
basketball.
I'm
I'm like
yeah.
I don't know how tall do I look?
I'm a sophomore. Even I'm taller than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was two things. One, I was actually this just popped into my mind. I was watching, I think a year or so ago. I was watching the NBA on TNT, and Ernie Johnson, who was the host of the show, was like, I think it was like the pregame show or the halftime show. He was like, "So, what do you think about esports or like e-league?" And then one of the other guys on the panel was like, "I don't think that's sports." I was like, "What?" And I'm like yelling at my TV. I was like, "Why? Why is it only sports?"
What is there not? I mean, you're right. I've yet to find a solid argument to disavow it as a sport. I mean,
yeah, like
your
any-
mind, then your mind is just as much of an
Your
instrument
mind-
of your body as any other.
Your mind, you and a bunch of other people go to do some objective. Like
Moving-
basketball, it's like putting it through a basketball hoop, sorry, and then like hockey, shoot a puck into a goal. But like for like League of Legends is to destroy the other core. Overwatch is like get an objective or something like that.
And it's not like it doesn't take skill because try moving that mouse and clicking it 300 times per minute.
People
Yep.
literally,
That is-
esports
that is-
players literally,
And then
yeah.
you were
People
talking
cry
about the
about
amount of
injuries.
time the games are and the
Yeah.
amount of time the tournaments
It's a
are.
long
You
time.
need
It's a long
endurance.
time, yeah, and also
Yeah.
like the amount of like pressure on the arm actually like results in injuries. Like I know EQO, one of like the bigger players in Overwatch League, recently had to stop playing for a bit because of the fact that he got his arm sprained. I think that's
Yeah.
that's how much pressure
Or
it
carpal
is.
tunnel.
Huh?
Yeah, or
Or
carpal
carpal
tunnel.
tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's no reason to not call it a sport except for the fact that a lot of people's original preconceptions of sports.
Yeah, in layman's
make it
terms.
feel-
I think they're just being like elitist, honestly, because I mean, in their defense, this was a commentate. They were commentating one of the 4 major sports in America in the NBA,
Yeah.
and
It's a
they're
big
like, "Oh
thing.
yeah, no, it's fun."
No, it's a big thing in South Korea. Like
Yeah, it's huge around the
It's
world.
huge in Korea, it's huge in China.
it's huge.
Japan,
It's starting to be huge in Brazil actually. Yeah, like
Brazil,
Lumosity
CS:GO.
Gaming.
It's always been large in Brazil, according to every match I've played.
Oh.
All right, hey, let's have a fun game. /VR. No.
Yes. But yeah, like on Andrew's thing, like Overwatch has really helped me a lot as a person. Like I've been going through sometimes, and like it's really helped me emotionally and stuff like that. I found some friends. Like there's like Discords that I joined that are all about Overwatch, like Diego Cord, that just really helped me. And yeah, it's just you find friends and you realize, hey, I can actually do this.
Plus, I mean, it looks good on a college application.
Yeah, like oh yeah.
When you're on a part of a club, extracurricular activities, they're always important.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, you make friends that will last a lifetime. It is just like being on a sports team.
Yeah.
And we were talking too about hardships that we go through. I think what the internet's really opened up to is for people who have social anxiety.
Yeah.
To just like
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of issues with mental health in our communities, and families, if anything, should be encouraging their shy or socially anxious children to have online friends, because it takes out the pressure of that face-to-face contact, but while still building the same quality relationships.
Yeah, no, that definitely. I mean, I wish that my high school had an esports club. Honestly, we didn't really. I didn't really get into esports until I went to Hofstra. So,
But you found the same community feeling on a college campus.
right, and it's a lot easier. I mean, yeah, it's a lot easier because because most people just live there.
Oh yeah, I played so much more games in college.
And
You will have a lot of
more-
fun. We had consoles in the dorm living room.
It was.
Yeah.
It's lit. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great
I
time.
mean, I wish we could do that, but like we only meet once a week, and that's
Yeah.
that's one strain. A bunch of other things, I'm pretty sure we don't get that much funding by our school.
We're not gonna get funding.
We are never going to get funding just because the fact.
Why do you feel that way?
The perception of esports, they don't think of it as actual sports. They only think of it as trend, and I think that it'll be really hard because it's like just talking to them will be like talking to a brick wall.
I think also part of the reason is like, for example, Model UN in our club, the Model UN club in our school has like 100 members in it, and they got funding like 2-3 years ago, and they've been around since forever. And it's not like they haven't won stuff either.
I
Yeah.
feel
Or
that.
s- yeah.
I was a Model UN.
Yeah, exactly.
It took us years to get our own conference at
Right?
school.
Yeah, and it's I think it's kind of that because one, it's going to take a very long time. Two, is the preconception that oh my god, like most of the time when I go to open house and all these parents go, it's like, so all you guys do is play video games.
Hey,
Like,
actually,
that's not the point.
That's not the point. Yeah, like okay, so like this is like
Yes,
on
but you're
Tuesday.
missing the point.
Yeah,
like on Tuesday,
I mean,
I
okay,
had an
yes,
open
no,
house.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I
Yeah,
said. I
yeah.
said, yes, but you're missing something.
Yes, I was actually in an open house like on Tuesday, and I had to just talk to parents about esports. Like they're like, "Oh, you're gonna let my son play video games?" But I says, "Yes, but
Okay, but just print
asterisk,
out.
keyword asterisk,
Print out the prize pool.
print out the pot."
That's
Okay,
exactly what I
yes,
was going
that's
to
Frame it,
Yeah,
and be like,
we
top
pay
prize.
money, people. We pay cold hard cash.
You want your son to bring home some dough?
Print
There
out.
you go.
And the best way I can say it is like the
Scholarship
best way I can
packets.
like pat it is by saying, you can use this money as your child's tuition. Like if your child gets into a college, which probably will, just like use it as use their winnings as money. Kill two birds with one stone. Your son is playing video games and having a blast, and you're also paying tuition, so it'll be less economic debt.
I mean, hopefully,
It's like professional players that basically make their livelihood on prize money.
yeah. Yeah. Basically, I mean, this new generation of parents that are coming up, right? I feel as though it's gonna change that perception.
Yeah,
As long as that.
ask that.
No, they're gonna. I feel as though they're gonna. I mean, because the age for esports players is trending to get older and older as as time goes on, and also as the new wave of parents who grew up with video games. I think as they come in, I honestly think that the moment that happens, that we might start getting funding because people, and then obviously one of the fourth major reasons is that, I mean, to be fair, we kind of do have to like these kids do have to win big things. You know what I'm saying? They have to prove that yes, this club is a real deal club.
Yeah.
And that everyone here.
Our Overwatch team was exceptional.
Yeah. Or they have to prove that the team is like good. You know what I'm saying?
Like you were talking about
good investment
that you can go to. Like if you guys are good enough to go to finals. Then where is that?
I think I actually have not checked on that in ages, but like I think it was someplace in like Las Vegas or whatever, like one of those big cities.
Figures.
Can I be a chaperone?
You know, like, are you part of the alumni association? You want to like advocate for us? That'll be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
for
totally
real.
do that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say before. Like, I feel like, well, okay, I'm 21, but like my kids are probably gonna. I might try and get them more into video games than my parents.
Are you kidding me? My child does not have a choice.
Disowning him if he doesn't play.
No, Mom, I just want to go read. You sit back down here and pick up this controller
and get to Grandmaster.
Basically, yeah.
And rank up before the night's over. You're grounded.
Or you're not having.
Get the top 500. No more dinner for you.
Yeah, no. But like basically the way that my parents try to push like baseball and basketball and like little league on me.
Yeah.
Like that would be like my ideal kind of future where like kids can go to like a esports league, like a parents association esports league on the weekends.
Like a soccer mom, but
like a travel tournament. Like you bring your keyboard in your backpack.
Hurry up, son! Come into the minivan. We got an esports tournament coming up soon.
Bring your baseball bag. That's my ideal kind of future, but.
Yeah, but like, you know, you really can't.
It's gonna be very difficult.
It's gonna be very difficult. It's a long road ahead.
Yes,
it's very much
in
a
the
long
future. Very much in the future.
And it's like, and also the fact is just like, it seems like people keep on thinking like this is more of an adult thing, but like the reason why we even created this club was one of the reasons is that it could be kids, like it could be 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds that can like also be good at esports. Like for example, we have some kids who are top 500 who are like 16 years old, and I know remember Swag for CS:GO. He was like 15 when he went into his first tournament, and he was really, really good. Flower from XL2, he's 18 now, but like he was like 16 or 17 when the World Cup.
It's just the idea that most players do start young because I was interviewing with this person who was a pro player, and he's creating an organization right now in order to teach kids League of Legends. He's based in New Zealand.
And
him. FaceTimed with him, and I FaceTimed with him. I was talking to him and stuff, and he was saying, and we were talking about how young esports players be, because it's 16 through 21. That's your peak, and then you're done. After 21, you're usually too old, and it's much like an actual sport. If you reach 40, you're done, and it's difficult, obviously, because for these, especially for kids in like schools and stuff, you know what I'm saying, doing 16, dropping out of high school, and then doing that, it's a very difficult decision you have to make, and obviously nowadays modern parents probably won't.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other thing too is if your child's passionate about this and serious about it,
it's like baseball.
then why not encourage?
It's like baseball and basketball.
If you're good, you shouldn't.
You got like your son is interested in baseball, right? Like encourage him. Like, you know what? If I told my parents, hey mom, dad, I'm getting really good at baseball, maybe I should like pursue a career in baseball, they will go gung ho. But like,
I was gonna say that like it is a lot like baseball, where I mean in Latin American countries, players are signed when they're 16. Players get drafted out of high school all the time. They skip college to go play professional baseball in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
So it's not all that unheard of.
No.
But the question really is, what's the future after you've peaked, after you hit your prime, after you've exited your prime and you retired? Do you go into broadcasting? Do you go into maybe you start your own team, go in coaching.
Yeah, like that's what
Well,
you know, like how Shaq retired from like basketball. He didn't leave the scene entirely. He became, I think, a caster or something like that.
Yeah, he is still on ESPN.
Yeah,
and also,
TNT.
I feel like league's skills are so much more translatable than people think.
Yeah.
You have the ability to play on a team with 4 other people.
Yeah.
That's already an asset for any company. You have the ability to problem solve and fix things like on the spot during a high pressure situation.
So yeah, if you want to leave esports in general, just it gives you a lot of things in your tool belt when it comes to like teamwork. But yeah, I know some retired players who coach other teams, who coach certain like other people into like becoming better players. I know there are some who are investors, some who run or organize tournaments. Just like once you retire, like basketball or baseball, like once you retire, you're not out of the scene entirely. You don't have to leave the scene entirely. Like Derek Jeter, he runs the Mariners, I think.
Marlins. Instagram.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Cutting that part.
Cut that part. We don't want any Marlin fans coming after our heads.
Whatever ones are left. I don't want Derek Jeter. I don't want Derek Jeter coming at my head. I'm in the Bronx.
Yeah. Don't slander Jeter's name in Bronx. You're just asking to get assaulted.
So, I mean, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, what's your next big event? What are you guys preparing for?
One is like the League of Legends thing, and the other is actually something of a pet project of mine. Right now, I'm in the middle of like just making an Overwatch tournament because like I really like this game, and just like something that I want to see be a thing. I mean, like I think it's just like a nice way of exposing high schoolers into Overwatch. I mean, they already are playing Overwatch. You know, just get them into the scene. You know, and you know, it'll give them a dip in the water of like what esports is really like. Yeah. That's my hope.
When I looked at if you look at the North American scene,
it's nothing.
It's not only nothing, but there is still talent there. There's people who are good. There are kids who can do kids who stream. There's kids who are going to teams.
Yeah.
And it's those kids who are really good or kids who want to go, like I said, into the scene that we definitely want to provide that basis for.
Yeah.
We want to it's like kind of like how the NBA has college basketball, football has college football, baseball has like entire farm team system. I want to create that system. You know what I'm saying? I want to develop it, and I want to mature it, and I want for it to grow throughout North America. And so when the U.S. or other countries in North America do go and play in the world, that we can compete. You know what I'm saying? That we
we gotta win one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We gotta win one.
And that's kind of what I want to do. That's
Yeah.
what I kind of want to do, and that's what I want to. So like I want, like I said, I want us to win one. I want us to show the world that we have kids who aren't just gonna be there and be a blimps. You know what I'm saying? I want to show the world that America has talent, that we have talent, that these kids have talent, and I want to try to change the preconception that esports is just a game.
Yeah.
It's more than that. It's these kids' livelihood. It's just like what people thought of for football or basketball when it first started. That was whatever. It wasn't going to grow. And when it grew,
That's true.
it's what I want to do.
And
The first
The
NFL
first
draft,
NFL had like half the stadium was full, I think.
you know, the first NFL draft pick didn't go to the NFL.
Really?
Like the very first,
Did he go baseball, right?
I think he played baseball.
Yeah.
But the NFL came out in 1920, and people saw it as like a barbarian sport, and that it was more violent. Even though they were really big into college football, they're like, oh no, it's too violent to have these people do it when they graduate. But so you want to make like a minor league esports to have like mini teams in different places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird because like esports teams aren't based in like traditional cities.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like.
they are, but
like Overwatch League, there's like Shanghai Dragons.
No, yeah. I mean, they are, but like, what you could do is that you could create. You don't see what's very unique about esports. Is that is that me personally? What I feel very unique about is that you don't need to have necessarily. You could create a farm team, but then you have kids around the country.
we also don't need to travel.
Yeah, you don't need to travel. You don't
that cuts out a lot.
And it cuts out a lot of difficulty and a lot of problems.
Although lands are really fun to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. But like, if you can't, then you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still doable.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like postpone a tournament because the other team couldn't make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They could just be like, yeah.
it's just gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean-
Yeah, because I was kind of involved in one of those incidents.
Yeah, I mean,
Guilty as denied.
also another problem I feel is in North America that makes it very difficult that I also kind of want to change is if you go to a lot of these countries like China, if you go to Korea, I'm
Yeah.
talking about like the reason why I'm picking these countries in general is because they've had actual problems with people dying playing in internet cafes.
Yeah.
I mean that's sure that's a problem, but like part of the reason why esports over there I think is also incredibly big is because they have these centers, they have these internet cafes where people can meet.
I mean, there are some really good ones. Like I can recommend one in New York
Evo
City.
Gaming.
Evo Gaming
It's
is,
very good.
and also
Very,
Waypoint.
very helpful.
Yeah, Evo Gaming, Waypoint Cafe. Those are some like really
I think
good
they just
ones.
opened up one in Garden City. On
Garden
Long Island.
City.
Yeah,
Wow.
they did.
Yeah.
Really?
And there's another one in Oakland that has like 500 people in it.
My
Oh,
friend,
yeah.
my friend told me about that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
definitely
no,
think
It's
about
growing.
that.
But to be honest, if I were to see more potential in esports in general, or where you could start developing these teams, I feel as though it's the middle of America. It's
Yeah.
the Midwest of America. Because the reason why is that a lot of these cities on the coast and stuff, like America is unique as in we have like 15 different sports going on all at once at all different times.
Yeah.
We have sports 24/7 year round. So if a small sport such as esports, well, and especially here, in order to grow that, is very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Especially in these major cities with teams that they root for, like New York, who has the Yankees, the Mets. I mean, we have the Jets, we have the Giants, we have like Rangers, we have Knicks, we have everyone. I don't know why you root for the Knicks, but okay.
I mean, it's better than
I
rooting
feel
for the
bad.
Nets. It's better than rooting for the Nets. Let's be
It
real
is.
here.
It is.
That's fair. That's fair.
At least the garden's nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Garden. Oh yeah, remember when we went to the garden one time?
Yes.
That was nice.
That's the Yankees. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And you also have like Major League Soccer. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Major League
They
Soccer.
play- And they play in,
But
yeah.
Major League Soccer is also
Like
having
near
difficulty
Cos-
growing because there's
There
so
is a
many
lot.
other teams.
Like you don't really, and like the WNBA
Yeah,
also.
especially.
Yeah.
Because they happen during baseball season.
Yeah.
They
People are
The
watching.
thing is, with baseball season, there's like different seasons, but like for esports, it can be all time around. Like you can like as long as you have a home.
Oh no, yeah. But
Yeah, as
the
long as you-
problem is that their other bigger
Yeah.
sports are also all time around. The
Yeah.
thing is that in the Midwest, part of the reason why you see random sports such as like battle bots,
yeah.
which is fun.
And also, like the
Reason why
Midwest is
you
a really
see,
good place to cultivate because of the fact it's like I know in Las Vegas there is an esports stadium there right now.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like I think there's
Is
two.
it in T-Mobile Arena or no?
No, well, I'm not sure about T-Mobile Arena, but there's like one literally called
No, it's
Esports
T-Mobile.
Arena in Los
And
Angeles.
Philadelphia had has their own esports team too. The 76ers own.
Because I was actually that kind of reminded me of something. So a lot of esports tournaments are in Vegas.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
So you have the Vegas Golden Knights that just started playing there, and then the Oakland Raiders are going to be moving to Las Vegas in I think a year or two. So do you feel like that's going to change anything when you're talking about?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean the summers are going to be open because
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
that gap in between hockey season and football season.
Mhm.
And thank God, like Evo and stuff, they're all in the summer.
Yeah.
But I mean, during the winter, especially during the fall and the winter, when they're both happening at the same time, do you feel like it's gonna be harder for TOs to organize tournaments when they have so much traffic for the four major sports teams?
To be fair, the Knights might the Knights being there, even though they're a new organization, they just went to the Stanley Cup. I feel as though
And
the
lost against
Knights.
the Capitals.
I mean, they lost, but still, they went to the Stanley
But
Cup.
they
I
were-
think,
But at the Capitals.
yeah, but still,
The second expansion franchise in the NHL to go to the Stanley Cup
Yeah.
finals.
Yes.
exactly,
Yeah.
and it's impressive. And
The
I
Los,
feel as though
Angeles, the Los Angeles Kings are crying right now.
that's definitely gonna. I feel as though cut into the esports scene there
Mhm.
because you have a team to root for.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real here. I hope you don't have any Raiders fans, but the Raiders aren't.
We might.
Okay, if you do, I'm sorry. I
I
like the
doubt it.
Raiders.
We'll
Derek Carr is
apologize in
nice.
advance. Go after Andrew,
Derek
not
Carr,
me,
Derek
alright?
Carr is a very nice guy, but the Raiders themselves are not a good team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, part of the reason why, like for example, college football is so big in the South is that they don't really have a team to really root for. That's very good. I mean, besides this year and then next year with like the Saints and everyone like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel as though it probably will eventually like cut into the ratings and stuff, and like how many people are going to be viewing esports and how big esports is going to be an investment there.
Do you feel like they're going to move to a different state
To a different state.
to have the tournaments? Maybe like I don't know.
I mean, they might move to Atlanta because Atlanta is very, very big in the esports scene. There's a bunch of internet cafes being made there. Yes,
Yeah.
and Georgia,
Wow.
Georgia Tech has their own League of Legends team.
I am
I know. I
surprised.
think like also college esports, like college esports is actually a real thing.
Yeah.
I think we had some like colleges.
Albany has a team.
Yeah, colleges like
Contacting them.
yeah.
Because I mean,
They're calling
Atlanta is
us.
like real deep into at least 3 of the 4 major sports.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
talk about the Thrashers and the Flames, but you know, they're really deep into the 3 major sports in college football.
Mhm.
So it's interesting that Atlanta would be such a hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there
The
isn't that
overall-
much. There isn't much commingling with the there isn't much crossover with the people that play esports and people that watch Georgia Bulldogs football.
Oh no, there isn't much difference, but I think it's part of the idea that, you know what I'm saying, like some people when they get bored and stuff, you know how they watch like other sports and they start
Yeah.
liking that sport. It's the idea that like
You know, esports.
it's even though they may not be commingling, right, necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
it's the idea that, I mean, to be fair, part of the reason why esports isn't shown on TV is because a lot of people don't watch it. Why it has the 12 a.m. night slot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel as though if you want to get into prime time, you like, because essentially the goal is that, for me at the very least, before I die, right? Like, I could see a League of Legends game, a World Championship League of Legends game on Fox, which for North American Cup, right? And
Right.
if you want to get into that slot, it's very, very difficult.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? It's
very
very, very
much.
difficult to grow into there and to get into that
I mean, but
slot,
like-
especially with the other
Yeah,
sports.
but it does show like it's getting really popular. Like I watch Overwatch League religiously, and it usually gets like 100,000 to 120,000 viewers like every time it shows because that's how popular it
But
is.
you need like 100 million in order to get into prime.
No. But the
Yeah.
thing is, this is on Twitch. Like it's like you know how much like bandwidth
no, I-
Twitch causes. Like
Yeah,
oof.
I think Twitch is definitely big, but if you want, I think if you want to have esports be accepted in general, right? It needs to start getting into that point. Because
But
like
it's- yeah.
in Korea and China, the part of the reason, like I point these countries not because these countries pushed a lot for esports.
Yeah, and look
And-
look where they are now. Like
Yeah.
you see like
I mean,
Blue Jay Hong and stuff
yeah,
like that.
China
They're
shows
good.
League of Legends games on their TV. Korea shows StarCraft games on their TV. You know what I'm saying? They show it like they have prime time spots because
Right.
a lot of people are watching it. In North America, if you want to get people to accept it, if you want to grow the industry further than what it is, and if you want to grow it beyond what it is right now, and grow it, make it become a major force, it needs to reach that point.
Yeah, like
And
yeah.
I
OGN,
think-
like OGN.
yeah, like OGN. And I want to essentially, me and like everyone else who's on the esports committee and stuff like that,
Mhm.
want to help push it to that point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that I will gladly be very happy to see in the
And
future.
you might see actually channels like Fox,
Yeah.
ESPN,
Yeah.
CBS have their own streaming services, maybe.
Well-
like have their own streams
Yes,
because they're going to see the numbers on Twitch and be like, oh wow.
I think like right now they're fighting over a contract
They
like
are.
for Overwatch League. Like I think they're like just
Yes.
like
Yes,
you know how
yeah,
much
also
yeah like
show.
a King's ransom was paid for that whole entire 2-season stream for Overwatch League.
Yeah. No, I get you. Because it's like, oh, we can have our Sunday night baseball, Sunday night football, and then we can also have our stream. We can also have Overwatch League be streaming for those people that are into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it'll work out.
Yeah.
So just tell the listeners at Radio Free South Bronx,
Yeah.
where can we find more about you, like the
Um,
club?
What's your website, your
Well,
social media?
well, we
links?
do have a Twitter that we have. Let me look it up right now. But for those like
Social media.
yes. But yeah, like if
I'm
you
looking
want
at
to
Twitter.
yes, add me. Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we haven't touched Twitter in ages, so like this is a bit awkward.
Twitter,
But
we have
BXI
Facebook page.
Esports is like our Twitter handle, and we have and we also have like an email address for those who are like for more business things, business related inquiries and stuff like that. Like you contacted us through BXI
I'll tell you
Esports
what,
at
that was a
Gmail.
fair amount of hunting.
Huh?
I tried to send
Really?
email to
Wayne?
It was a bit, Mr. Wang. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, so
Mr. Wang is your advisor?
Yes, Barry.
Technical drawing
Barry.
wait, technical job. No,
No.
he's a calc teacher.
Cal?
Yes.
Math. That's
Yes.
right. Okay.
Barry, yeah, Barry.
So I emailed
I thought
Mr.
it was
Wang,
technical drawing.
and then I got bounced back.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
this is another problem with, I mean, you can put this in the stream
Please.
This is another
I
problem
will.
with the esports. It's another problem because we don't have a dedicated advisor. Like
Okay.
we bounced around. Like most of the time when we talk to these organizations, I'm like, oh, can we talk to your faculty advisor? But I'm like, our faculty advisor changes literally every year.
Yes.
Like sophomore year we had Mr. Jacobson. Junior year we had Mr. Kim.
Yes.
Senior year we had Mr. Wayne. I have no idea who they're gonna find for next year.
I hope someone else.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have no idea who's he gonna find next year, but it's
So I
very,
hope-
very, very difficult.
Oh,
So
we
most of the
can be
time
surviving.
when they contact us, right, we're like, I'm sorry, even though you're dealing with like high school kids, this is all you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is us. We are running the show. There are no adults involved.
Yeah.
Well, now they're gonna be adults because
You know.
18.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like if any business inquiries and stuff like that, just feel free to contact us at
Yeah.
like bxiesports@gmail.com. It's just like, you know, we're really open to anyone.
You guys have a Twitch also, right?
Yes.
We have a Twitch, but that's only for like tournament purposes.
Yes, we live stream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Our tournaments, those that are in like like our live tournaments and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
stuff like that.
We also have like a YouTube, but we don't have much.
We don't have much on that field.
We're growing.
We're growing.
It's
We're
just-
growing. This is like only started like 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and it didn't really start to take off until last year when like we
It
had
didn't
that.
even start until taking on until this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
I felt like it came off like last year or so, like late last year.
No,
Really?
we didn't start like blasting off until this year, in which we got a bunch of kids into it.
Yeah.
Right?
And we had like what 40 to 30 kids.
We got like 8. We had like 150 kids. signed
Oh
up.
yeah, that one time we had like 150 kids in our room. Oh,
Yeah.
that was
And
Wow.
that
we
was
had
something to handle.
Find a way to shove them all in. That
Yeah, the
was-
thing is the spacing.
It wasn't.
The spacing is
It
so
wasn't.
terrible.
It wasn't.
It
wasn't
just
easy.
imagine.
Cafeteria.
Yo, we should do the cafeteria, but we need.
Cafeteria.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure the PA would be like over our dead body.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Totally.
we're trying to get like. I'm trying to contact the LOP for next year and be like, oh, we need like 5 different rooms if we're gonna run this.
Yeah, if we're gonna run this thing, we have to get the cafeteria or 5 other rooms because we really can't do it in the room that we have right now. Although we could really use that CRTV or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that CRTV would
Just
have.
get the room right next to it.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun, you guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
this was really fun.
This is awesome. I really do appreciate you guys coming
Uh huh.
and learning more about Bronx
Yeah.
Science Esports. I mean, I'm not an alumnus. I'm from Long Island, so. But yeah,
But I am.
Yes.
And I'm happy to have talked to you guys and see other people doing something that I was passionate about in high school,
Yeah.
still doing it. So it feels good to like connect with you guys
It
on
feels
that.
good, man. Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anytime.